All right, Paynesville softball fans, leading off for the second game today is Skylar Berg. And as you know, the first game the Bulldogs won 11-5. Huge win for the Dogs as they improved to 8-4 on the season, looking to improve to 9-4 if they win here. As Berg fouls that off on the bunt. And the count is now 1-1 for Berg. And it looks like Eden Valley's going to stick with their same pitcher from the first game. Number 12, Emma Schultz. As she let up 11 runs, but apparently they don't have anyone better. And here with me in this game is Jacob Burcham in place of Josiah Walls. Good to have you here, Jacob.
Thanks, Carter. It's good to be with the Uba King. If any of you didn't know, the OOBA had their championship game today, and Carter Carlson won. So congratulations, and I'm proud to be here.
Hey, thanks, Jacob. And Berg hits it over the shortstop, Schlaper, and Schlaper gets the out at first. As Berg, who is coming up on the school's stolen base record, not quite able to get a base hit there. And now up to bat, Abby Schaefer, excuse me. Abby, our center fielder, has had a great year in the outfield, that's for sure. And she's actually thrown 2 out at the plate already. Quite an arm on Abby Schaefer. And Abby takes the second pitch for a ball, making the count 1-1. I believe Abby will be pitching for the Dogs this second game. And that hit is hit over the shortstop. Schlaper not able to make the grab, as that will be a base hit for Abby Schaefer. And now up to the plate to bat will be Bailey Whaler. Bailey's already had a home run this year, so she's got some power. Catcher for the Bulldogs. Had a rough first game in terms of batting, but she still has the team's best on-base percentage, so she shows bunt, ball is low, and Abby Schaefer easily steals second. As Bailey settles in here for the second pitch of that bat, and that'll be a called strike. So the count is now 1-1. And she takes that pitch for a strike, called strike. Now, looking back at the first game, this ump, actually, the ump in the first game is now out behind second, but the ump in the first game favored the outside edge of the plate. And Bailey manages to hit that one foul towards the third base line. And she's been ahead of it all day. We'll see if she can straighten one out here for a base hit. And Jacob next to me sitting here in a t-shirt. I think he's crazy because it's only like 55, 60 degrees and breezy, but how you feeling, Jacob?
Well, you know, he's got to toughen out, you know, sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I'm still feeling good yet. Probably regret getting it.
Well, there's a rip over the third baseman's head as Bailey Whaler finally gets a base rip today. And that'll bring Abby Schaefer over to third base as Molly Stang steps up to the plate, hoping to make some noise here early in the first inning as the Bulldogs only have one out. Again, sorry if you hear any wind in this live stream. Can't really help it as we're sitting outside. And Molly with a good eye in the first pitch. Makes the count 1-0. She steps back, looks for the signs, steps into the box, and takes that pitch for ball 2 as the catcher throws it towards second, but not sure what she was thinking as Abby Schaefer comes in to score the first run of the game for the Dogs. As the Dogs take an early lead, 1-0, with only one out here in the first inning. Bailey Whaler is the one who drew that throw as she stole second. And that pitch will be a ball number 2. And third pitch of that bat will be a strike. So the count is 3-1. Excuse me, that previous pitch was ball number 3. So 3-1 now for Molly. We'll see if she tries to draw a walk. And that'll be a strike. So the count is full with 1 out and Bailey Whaler on second base and Lindy Hennon on deck. And that pitch is fouled off. Molly's bat just got under the pitch a little bit. And that'll be ball 4. As Bailey Whaler hustles over to second and Molly takes her base. So now, with just 1 out again in the first inning, the Dogs have runners on first and third, and they're winning 1-0.
And now batting, number 16, Lindy Hennon. She's second baseman for the Bulldogs. Got a high pitch there. Bailey's running in.
And Whaler scores the second run of the game for the Dogs. Good hustle there with the pass ball as the wild pitch pays.
Hennon looking at the sign, counts 1-0.
Dugout is very alive right now.
And a swing and a miss for strike 1. And the count 1-1. There's the pitch. Right to second base. Running around the corner.
Yeah, gets through the gap between short and second for a base hit for Lindy. And Lindy advances Molly over to third. And the Bulldogs still leading 2-0. Now have Olivia Haynes, huge power threat for the Eagles. If you're the Eagles defense anyways, it's a threat. And she rips it over the third. Third baseman fields it cleanly. Fires over to second, tries for the double play. But with that rip, she will get an RBI as Molly Stang crosses the plate for the third run of the game. And now with 2 outs, Olivia Haynes on first base. We have Kylie Everson up to the plate. As Kylie misses that first pitch, the count is now 0-1. And she rips that one foul, just left of the third base line. As Eden Valley's pitcher from last game continues her struggles, it seems like.
Low outside pitch there, thrown to second.
Oh, wow.
And Haynes will be out to include the inning. That was a little suspicious call there by the ump.
Yeah, to say the least. We have Mr. Whaler, Tim Whaler, coach of the Bulldogs, is now talking to the ump, and short conversation as he heads back to the dugout. He's clearly frustrated. She looked like she was there. The tag was up near her chest, and her foot looked to already be at the bag, but either way, we'll be content with a 3-0 lead here to start the game.
Not too much to complain about that, Carter.
And indeed, it is Abby Schaefer on the mound for the Dogs in the second game of the day. As she warms up, Eagles leadoff hitter Laura Kipp will get ready in the batter's box. In the on-deck circle, I should say. And if you're just tuning in, update on the baseball score over in Eden Valley. They won the first game. Not sure what the score is, but I know that they were leading at 1 point, 7-1. And Zach Osendorf had a 3-run home run. So great job, Zach. And they also have a doubleheader, looking to go 9-1 on the, actually 11-1 on the season. Very impressive season thus far for the boys baseball team. And now Laura Kiff digs in. And Abby Schaefer starts her day off at the mound. And that'll be a ball, just low. Looked like a decent pitch. This umpire may have a slightly more narrow strike zone.
A little inside there for another ball, making the count 2-0. Another ball. Let's see if Schaefer can get a strike thrown in. Right over the plate for a strike. Making the count 3-1.
And that'll be ball 4 as Laura Kipp takes her base. So rough start here for Abby Schaefer, but I'm confident that she'll pull it together. And now up to bat for the Eagles, Sawyer Keekley, second baseman for the Eagles, as Laura attempts to steal, but she's held back by Bailey. And that'll be a strike as Bailey grabs the ball, fires over to Lindy Hennon, just to prove that she's not afraid to throw it to second for that runner at first. Third pitch of the at-bat, and that'll be a contact hit, pop fly. Oh, and that'll drop between 3 Bulldogs. So that'll be I believe that'll be a base hit, as Bulldogs just not able to communicate out there. And now with 0 outs in the first inning, the Eagles have 2 girls on base. And up to bat is Hallie Jansen. Jansen had a home run in the first game, I believe.
Nice strike there by Schaefer.
Excuse me, Olivia Schlaper, not Hallie Jansen.
1-1's count. Schlaper steps up the plate, gets a little piece of it. You foul ball. One and two's count. It's another piece of it. Goes right over our heads. Carter, we almost got hit.
Yeah, that happened once in the first game too. Thankful for this nice fence in front of us. And swing and a miss. Drop third strike, and that'll be an out. And there's a double play for the Dogs as Molly Sting heads up play. She fires over to Megan Utsch at third base for the second out of the inning to get that runner stranded. And now the only player on base for the Eagles is Sawyer Keekley on second base.
Now batting for the Eagles, Hallie Jansen. It's a nice hit right down third base line.
And that'll drop for a fair ball, surprisingly. And there's no play at the plate as the Eagles do score a run. Sawyer Keekley crosses the plate, and that was a nice double by Hallie Jansen. She's been hot all day. She had 2 singles and a home run in the first game, and now a double in this game. And Bailey Whaler fires down to second. Lindy Hennon there to stop the ball. Sawyer's safe at second. Excuse me, Hallie Jansen is safe at second. And that's a little blooper, and Megan Utsch Megan Utch, excuse me, makes the grab. So only 1 run scored by the Eagles as the Bulldogs lead 3-1 going into the second inning.
A little chilly out here today, Carter, but hasn't rained yet, and we're still playing softball, so
yeah,
have to make the best of it.
Well, Jacob, you're in track, and can you maybe tell us a little bit about how the track season has gone so far for you guys?
Well, the track season's been going very good for both boys and girls. We had just had our true team in Minnewaska on Tuesday. We had great results for that, and boys got 5th place, girls got 4th, I believe.
Awesome.
And it's been a great season. We have conference on next Tuesday against Howard Lake, or at Howard Lake, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And we have another game or meet tomorrow in Eden Valley.
All right.
For an open invitational.
Well, yeah, with those 5th and 4th places at the true team, that actually qualifies you for state, potentially. Puts you in a wild card position, I think. But anyways, Kylie Everson fouls that one off, the bunt. Back to track, though. This track team has been the best we've had in quite a while, so good job, Jacob.
Yes. Well, it wasn't all just me. It was all the rest of the team.
It was definitely all you. Just kidding. So the count is 0-1 for Kylie Everson as she pops that one up towards the third baseman. She gets under it and makes the catch. And that'll be the first out of the inning for the Dogs.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 21, Megan Utch.
And that'll be inside for a strike. No, excuse me, inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count to Megan. And that's a
nice
rocket right back at the pitcher. That's going to be over the second base bag and a hit for Megan Utch.
Nice hit right to center field there.
Yeah. So with 1 out, the Dogs already have a runner on base, and Grace Lang steps up to the plate. Grace Lang rips it over to left field, and that's gone for a home run. 3rd home run of the day for the Dogs, first of this game, and that's a 2-run homer for Grace Lang as the Dogs take an early 5-1 lead over the Eagles. Wow.
That was a nice hit. Just great. I could see it already. It's going over the fence.
Yeah, she really turned on that one.
Now batting, Skylar Berg. Gets a hit right to shortstop there.
And she runs that one out, but is called out. Close play, thanks to her speed. And now Abby Schaefer will step up to the plate with 2 outs. And she takes that first pitch for strike. And fouls that one off. She's way ahead of it, hoping she can straighten it out. And swing and a miss as she will be retired on strikes. But the Bulldogs do score 2 to extend their lead to 5-1 with a 4-run advantage. Going into the bottom of the second inning. And taking the mound again will be Abby Schaefer. Quick rundown of the Bulldog lineup on the defensive side of the ball. We have Bailey Whaler behind the plate, Megan Utch, third base. Shortstop is Kylie Everson. At second is Lindy Hannon. At first base is Molly Stang. Out in right field, Skylar Berg. Center field, Grace Lang. And left field, Olivia Haynes. Looks like an all-star lineup.
Oh yeah, definitely. We only run the best of the best here in Paynesville.
Yeah, again, we highlighted this a little bit last game, but a lot of young players for the Bulldogs as the softball team certainly looks to have a bright future. And starting off for the Eagles at the plate this inning is Mackenzie Berg.
Over plate for a strike. We got an 0-2. A little inside there for a ball. 1-2 is the count. Gets a nice hit right to Megan Utch. 4 and third first, and that would be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, nice play there by Megan. Our infielders have not made many mistakes here that we've seen today. Very solid defense played by the Dogs.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 8, Leah Hemish. Swing and a miss there. First strike one.
So after initially walking the first batter in the first inning, Abby Schaefer certainly turned it around here. And that ball is going to be quite a bit low though, making the count 1-1. 1 out already in this inning. And that pitch will be just high for ball number 2, making the count 2-1. And that's going to be a hit right up the gap between short and second. And Grace Lang comes up to scoop it up and toss it in. But the Eagles get a runner on first base. So Leah Hamish with a hit. And now up to bat is Maggie Schultz. Maggie Schmaltz. Sorry if we mispronounced any names. And Maggie took the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch is also going to be a ball. And that'll be foul ball out over the fence adjacent to left field.
Time is called in the field by Coach Wheeler.
Well, Jacob, what do you think he's discussing right now?
Well, you never know, Carter, but, you know, probably the pitching of Schaefer.
Yeah, probably, just to get everyone to relax and settle in. They do have a 4-run cushion already in this game, so nothing too urgent. And they break their huddle. Resume positions, and we are resuming the game.
Two and one's count here. A swing and a miss there. 2-2. It's a little piece of it.
And she rips it over to second baseman Lindy Henning. She takes the runner and fires it first. So the batter is safe at first. However, she does scoop the ball up and tag the runner going to second, getting the lead runner out. Great play by Lindy Hennon. And now, up to the plate is number 12, the pitcher for the Eagles, Emma Schultz.
A little low pitch there by Schaefer.
Billy's done a wonderful job today, just stopping everything. We've only seen a couple get to the fence. And she pops that one straight up in the air. Kylie Everson calls everyone off and makes the grab from shortstop. And no harm done in that inning, as the Bulldogs still lead 5-1 going into the top of the third.
The wind seems to be getting a little stronger as the clouds come in, but...
And Jacob's goosebumps seem to be rising.
Yep, they are, but you know what? You just have to toughen it out. Can't be soft.
Ah, yes. Classic.
I know we for football we have little rivals with the Eagles, but this is softball and a little different here, but still, you know...
We'll try to refrain from too much talk about that, although we did beat them twice this year in football, so that's pretty much the end of the conversation. And Jacob's going to beat him again this coming year.
Not much to say.
Anyways, looks like number 12, Emma Schultz, is going to stay on the mound for the 9th consecutive inning, having given up already 16 runs today. But again, Eden Valley looks to be a team that doesn't have much depth in that position. And Bailey Whaler digs her way into the batter's box, looking to start off this inning in a good fashion. And that'll be ball outside for Whaler. Second pitch is also a... Second pitch will actually be a strike, making the count 1-1. And that pitch will be low. Good eye by Whaler, daughter of head coach Tim Whaler, and also daughter of Mrs. Whaler, who happened to win the UBA Bracket Challenge and $10. And she swings and misses there, bringing the count to 2-2. And that ball is outside. That'll make the count 3-2. Full count now for Whaler. Trying to make something happen here, as the fielders for the Eagles do not look like they're on their toes at all. And she is rung up by the umpire. Tough break for Whaler. She's had a tough day overall. But in the end, all that matters is that the team wins.
Now batting the first baseman, number 13, Molly Stang.
And Molly takes the first pitch for a ball.
A little low there by pitcher Schultz.
Stang's done a good job today at first base and at the plate. And that second pitch will be a ball also. Counts 2-0. As once again the loud Bulldogs dugout comes alive. And that pitch bounces across. Jacob, do you think this chatter from the dugout is affecting the pitcher at all?
I think so. I think she's a little flustered right now. Let's see if she keeps going and maybe gets staying on base.
Yeah. Let's hope. So with the count at 3-0, we'll see if Stang just sits back and takes this pitch. And she does, but the pitch is called a strike to make the count 3-1. And she rips it right back to the pitcher. Tough break for Molly. And that'll be the second out of the inning. As now Lindy Henning comes up to the plate. With 2 outs now, Lindy hoping to make something happen. Most of our runs in the first game were scored with 2 outs, so we'll see. Follows back the first one right over our heads.
Ooh, there's a pitch very low. And the count 1-1. Very high pitch there.
One extreme to the other.
I think the dugout's getting in their head.
Could be. Might backfire a little bit.
2-1's count here.
And swing and a miss. That'll make the count 2-2.
2-2-2 for 2 outs as well.
So the pitcher goes from way low to way high to right down the middle. See if the pattern continues. And that is a strike 3. Swing and a miss from Lindy Hennon. And we have a scoreless inning, a rare thing for today. From the Bulldogs, at least.
Dogs still lead, 5-1. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Don't worry, I had to clutch up the other day. Before you told me no.
Looks like everyone stays the same in the field. Abby Schaefer takes her spot on the mound again, only letting 1 run up, which was in the first inning. Done a wonderful job so far this second game. Grace Lane got the win in the first game. Only allowing 5 runs through 6 innings. Nice job. And as I said earlier, Abby Schaefer does have a great arm. She managed to throw out 2 runners at the home plate already this year. And when that kind of arm comes to the mound, it's certainly hard to hit that for a batter, I would have to think. And so for the Eagles, number 4, Laura Kipp, their leadoff batter, digs in near the plate, and she takes the first pitch for a ball. Laura's not been on. Actually, she was walked the first time she was up. And I believe she scored a run in the first game as well. And she rips it straight to Kylie Everson, who makes a great play. Just had to stand there, but good reaction time. And that'll be the first out of the inning, as now number 3, Sawyer Keekley, steps up to the plate. She already has a single in this game.
High pitch for a ball. Got a swing there. A little low, but she still swung on it, making the count 1-1. Right in the middle pitch. Strike 2.
So the count is 1-2 now. It's 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that pitch will be low, making the count 2-2 for Keekley. And she rips it back toward the pitcher. Kylie dives for it, bounces over her glove, however, and that'll be a base hit for Sawyer Keekley, her second hit of the game. And now, stepping up to the plate is Olivia Schlaper. 10th grader, I believe.
I think Carter, she's a junior this year.
Junior, my bad.
That's okay. Looking to take the sign. Here's the pitch. A little low.
So it looks like Eden Valley has some young talent as well. But it looks like their young talent just isn't as talented as our young talent.
That is true. That's correct. Eagles have a player on first. Schlaper stepping up to the plate.
And that'll be a high pitch. Schlaper crouches a little bit to sell that one. And there's still one out here. Count is 2-0. Let's hope that Abby can battle back here in the count. And Schlaper rips it towards center field. Center field Lang is backing up. And that ball gets to the fence. Lang fires it in, and there's not going to be a play at home. So good job by So the question is here, was the batter out of the box when she hit the ball, I believe? But everything's sorted out now, and Schlaper did manage to get a double off that play as Lang did a nice job of getting there and firing the ball in quickly to stifle the runner at third and prevent them from going home. So the Bulldogs still lead 5-1. And number 15, Hallie Jansen, just rips that one. And that's a 3-run home run for the Eagles. Wow. What a day she's had. She's only a 10th grader. And she's had, I think she's hit the ball every single time she's been up and already had 2 runs so far today. 2 home runs, that is.
I mean, the score now 5-4. Bulldogs are still up.
Yeah, Eagles certainly threatening now. That was a huge play by Hallie Jensen. And let's see how Abby Schaefer can respond. As number 10 rips it beneath Megan's legs at third base. And the Eagles will have yet another runner on base with just 1 out in this inning. And that was Claire Roser. And now up to bat number 11, Mackenzie Berg. And Berg rips one. And Lindy Hennon leaps to make that catch. Great play by Lindy Hennon as she backpedals, tracks the ball, jumps, and makes the grab. And that'll keep the runner at first. And now up to bat number 8, Leah Hamish. And she manages to follow that one off, so that'll go for strike 1, making the count 0-1. And that's a swing and a miss from Hemish as Bailey fires over towards first. No play there. Ball goes back to Abby at the mound. And the count is 0-2, looking for out number 3 actually here.
Runner still safe at first.
As that last pitch went for a ball, count is now 1-2. I would say just forget about the runner at first and go for this strikeout. And that ball bounces on the plate. And we have 2s across the board again as the count is 2-2 and there's 2 outs in this inning. Again, this is the bottom of the 3rd inning. Score is 5-4. All of a sudden we have a 1-run ball game. And again, looked to be a close pitch, but it went for a ball, making the count full. See if we're going to tire Hamish on strikes. And we do. Great strikeout by Abby Schaefer. And the visiting Eagles do score 3 runs on a 3-run homer by Hallie Jansen to make the score 5-4. And we'll see if the Bulldogs can extend their lead now to give us that cushion back.
Yeah, that was a good inning for the Eagles. Let's see. Let's hope the Dogs can fire back and score runs again.
Yep. Looks like leading off for the Dogs this inning will be Olivia Haynes. Already with 1 home run today, her second of the season. And talking to Mr. Whaler earlier today, I guess she did have another ball that would have been a home run earlier this week or last week, one of the previous games, but it happened to go foul. So she does have power, and she hits it with power very often, so let's hope for another one.
Yes, the Bulldogs really need one right now.
It would be nice. Again, the Eden Valley Eagles I believe they only have like 2 wins this season, but talking to Mr. Whaler again, he did say that they have played a lot of tough teams, so can't really judge them by their record in that aspect. And that first pitch was a ball, making the count 1-0 for Olivia Haynes. And she rips that one, and that'll be a gapper, as Haynes has an easy single to start us off here in the top of the 4th inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Kylie Everson. A little high pitch there for a ball.
And she does rip it, and that's going to be just foul to the left of the third base line.
Made the count 1-1 here. Another swing and a miss there.
Looked like an off-speed pitch. Kind of got Kylie guessing.
1-2's count. Another hit right out of her in third base line, and that'll be fouled.
So 2 of the last 3 pitches, she's smoked over that direction. So she's certainly ahead of her. Let's see if she can straighten one out here.
Looking for the sign. Steps up to the plate.
And she
Nice.
does wait on it. And that will drop for a hit. Yeah, great job by Kylie there. Adjusting. And great base running by Olivia Haynes.
Nice.
As she keeps on going past second, and Eden Valley was just not ready in the field. All smiles from Olivia.
Now batting number 21, Megan Utch. Let's see if she can send these players home. A little high pitch there for ball 1.
And she rips. Oh, wow. What a grab by shortstop Schlaper for the Eagles. And then she fired over to third base for the double play potentially, but the third baseman dropped it. So Olivia is still safe at third. And Kylie is at second right now. So the Bulldogs have runners at second and third. 1 out now. As Grace Lang settles in the batter's box. And she takes that first pitch for a ball, making the count 1-0. Again, this is the top of the 4th inning.
A little outside there. Ball 2, 2-0 is count.
Ooh, great hit there between the third and short gap. And that'll bring in a run. So Olivia Haynes scores, and the Bulldogs now have a 2-run cushion again. 6-4 is the score. And Kylie Everson advances to third. So now the Bulldogs, with runners on first and third, have the top of the order. So Skylar Berg is up to the plate. And she shows bunt. And that ball goes foul. So big opportunity here for the Dogs to extend our lead as Mr. Whaler talks to Berg. And in turn, the Eagles will have a quick conference at the mound. Again, only one out this inning. Runners on first and third. Big opportunity for more runs for the Dogs. Another high-scoring game early on. This game is scheduled to go for 6 innings. And here we go. She puts down another bunt. Yeah, perfect bunt. Wow. Perfect bunt. Perfect placement by Skylar Berg. And she reaches safely to first, advancing Lang from first to second. And now the Bulldogs have loaded the bases for Abby Schaefer. A chance to redeem herself possibly from letting up that home run last inning. Anything in the outfield will for sure score 1, probably 2. Oh
boy.
Tough break. Oh, frozen rope hit to the shortstop. She makes the grab, jogs over to third base for the double play as Kylie Everson gets doubled off. So the Bulldogs had a huge opportunity there. Do manage to score 1 run, and the score is now 6-4. Dogs with a 2-run cushion going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Abby Schaefer takes the mound again. Looks like leading off for the Eagles will be number 14, Maggie Schmaltz.
As I always like to thank our viewers for tuning in. And the people watching here. It's always great to broadcast some baseball, softball, and watch your fellow Bulldogs play.
And again, update on the baseball team. They did win the first game. Not sure about the second game yet. Waiting for that update. And if they do win the second game, they'll improve to 11-1 in the season. And they will play New London Spicer at NLS tomorrow under the lights at 7 o'clock. So if you can, give that game a visit. And number 14, Maggie Schmaltz for the Eagles, hits a little blooper and Meganich snags it for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 12, Emma Schultz for the Eagles. 1 out here, that bottom of the 4th.
First pitch is going to be a little high for ball 1. Count is 1-0 for number 12, Schultz. And she follows that one back to make the count 1-1. Again, Schultz is the pitcher. Has been the pitcher so far, at least, for the Eagles.
And that would be a strike, making the count 1-2.
Yeah, very nice pitch there on the outside edge. And I heard the Eagles coach talking earlier today, and he said that they have a pretty good 8th grade class coming up, so might be interesting in years to come. Wow, she rocketed that one, and that's going to be a home run. That actually hit the scoreboard out there, hit the base of it. So there's a home run for Schultz, and they pull within 1 run of the Dogs now, making the score 6-5. So 2 innings in a row, the Eagles have homered. Let's hope that streak stops right now. And now up to bat is number 4, Laura Kiff, leadoff batter for the Eagles. I should say the number 1 batter in the order for the Eagles. She takes the first pitch for a ball. And that'll be a strike. Strike number 1. Makes the count 1-1. Again, the Bulldogs only leading by 1 now. No room to breathe, hardly. And she
hit is high. Lyndon Hennon looking to catch it, and she does. Making the second out, excuse me, in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, so kind of a sigh of relief there as the Bulldogs do manage to get the second out of the inning. As this game could not end soon enough for Jacob. Looking like an icicle over here. Anyways, number 3, stepping in.
Sawyer Keekley. Pitch is a little low for a ball. You know, Carter, I thought it was supposed to be a nice spring day today, and I really didn't dress accordingly, but you know what? I just have to deal with it.
Yeah, I had to run home quick after school to grab this sweatshirt, but you coming straight from track practice. You're crazy. Thinking that we just had an 80-some degree day a couple days ago.
That Minnesota spring weather, you never know what's going to happen.
That was a big swing and a miss from Sawyer Keekley. And she already has a single, actually 2 base hits this game. There's another swing and a miss. And that'll be strike 2. Count was 1-2. She may have actually got a piece of that, I'm not sure. And she's going to follow that one back, straight back. No damage done.
Almost hitting the car. Luckily that wasn't ours. You know?
So the count stays 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that ball is going to be high, making the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And she manages to hit that one right to Lindy Hennon, who makes the grab, and that'll end the inning for the Bulldogs, as there's another homer hit, and the Bulldogs now still lead 6-5.
Very interesting game so far, Carter. A lot of runs coming in.
Yeah, it's suddenly got close. After the 2nd inning, it was 5-1. Then all of a sudden, the Eagles' bats came alive with a 3-run homer and then a solo homer. And the scoring for the Dogs has kind of died off here, but let's hope that it reignites here in the top of the 5th inning as it's starting to get crunch time. Looks like leading off this inning will be Bailey Whaler. And that'll be a ball. Nope, strike. Looked a little low, but umpire called it a strike. Make the count 0-1 for Bailey. And swing and a miss from Bailey.
Kind of outside there.
Yeah, she started leaning and she just couldn't resist it, I guess. Trying to get something going for the Dogs here. They needed much needed insurance runs, excuse me. And she rockets that one out to left field, and the left fielder makes the grab. We have seen her miss one today, so can never be sure until they squeeze the ball. And that continues the rough day for Whaler. As the Bulldogs now have 1 out in the top of the 5th inning as Molly takes first pitch for a strike. And that'll be a ball in the dirt, making the count 1-1.
Little low pitch there.
Yeah, so 2 balls in a row now. Hopefully that continues as Molly steps in again. Molly's been one of the best hitters certainly for the Bulldogs this year. She rips that one out to center field. That's going to be a base hit as the center fielder fields it off 1 bounce. And with 1 out, the Dogs now have Molly staying on first base. And Lindy Hennon, another one of the Dogs' best hitters, up to the plate. And that's going to be ball high. 1-0 is the count. Again, apologies for the wind. We're braving the elements out here. Ooh, kind of a close play there at first as the catcher fires it over. As soon as you see his Molly leaning. And the count is going to be 1-0 for Hennon. And she rips that one over the second baseman's head. And Molly digs for third, and she's going to be there safely. So a good base rip for Lindy as Molly and Lindy double up on singles. And Olivia Haynes, the ever-dangerous bat, is now up at the plate. Olivia takes ball 1.
Oh, and staying will be out at third.
Yeah, so that play, Lindy stole second, and the throw was rifled down to the shortstop, who actually came in a bit, and Molly seemed to be fooled on it as she was caught leaning, and then shortstop Schlaper fired at the third for the out. Close play. And now there's 2 outs in the inning as our lead runners back in the dugout. But still an opportunity to score here on a double or an outfield hit. As the umpires discuss the actual count now, and the count is determined to be 0-1. We'll see if Olivia can deliver again for the Dogs. And she rips it, and that is deep, and that is going to be gone, folks.
Wow.
That is way gone. And just like we said, Olivia with that dangerous bat steps up and delivers to extend the lead for the Dogs, 8-5. Now up by 3. What a job by Olivia.
That almost went over the track fence there. That was going
absolutely nuts. So now she has 2 home runs today.
Now stepping up to the plate, number 4, Kylie Everson, the shortstop.
That brings us back to that play where Molly was thrown out. We would now have a 3-run homer instead of a 2-run. But
good hit there, bounced off the third baseman, and she'll be safe at first.
So now another 2-out rally for the Dogs as Kylie Everson gets to first base on an error by the third baseman. And now batting for the Dogs, Megan Hutch. First ball will be a strike. First pitch will be a strike. Making the count 0-1. And there's a rip, and that's going to be a gapper past the second baseman as Kylie digs for third. And again, we have runners on the corners. Nice job by Megan to get that hit. And now Grace Lang up to the plate, looking to deliver another RBI for the Dogs. And Lang fouls that one back, hits the catcher in the helmet.
Right into the stands as well. Good thing no fans got hurt.
That ball was on a mission.
0-1's count for Lang. Megan steals second and is safe. Got runners on second and third. Count is 1-1.
And Grace hits a little blooper, and shortstop comes in, makes a diving grab, and gets a face full of dust. Was it worth it? Probably was. So the Dogs, after having 2 outs, do hit a massive home run at the hands of Olivia Haynes. 2-run homer to give the Dogs a 3-run advantage. Blue. Blue. We got another one, yep.
Yep, I'll take it.
Great job by Carter Carlson throwing in the foul balls.
Hey.
You never know. We might run them out of them and we won't be able to play. So congratulations, Carter, and thank you for contributing to the game.
Yeah, I thought about just keeping that stash, but figured I better give him back. So Abby Schaefer takes them out again for the Dogs. Looks like there's 0 position changes. And we're hoping to get through another inning without too much damage done, as the Dogs now have another 3-run cushion, leading 8-5 in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Schlaper, dangerous hitter, steps up to the plate. Schlaper, I believe, has ties to Paynesville. I believe she's related to Molly Stang. And she swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Second pitch will be ripped. High fly ball towards Lang in center field. And that's going to land just in front of the fence. Lang relays it in. And it's going to stay as a double for Schlaper. Nice hit there. And now Hallie Jansen, the ever dangerous Hallie Jansen. 2 home runs today, if I'm not mistaken.
Our outfielders better be ready.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming.
It looks like they've backed up a bit. And she rips the first pitch towards third baseman Meganuch. Meganuch fields it clean. Ooh. So after Molly catching the ball at first, fires it over to third. Risky play, but nearly gets the runner out, who was Schlaper. But now there is 1 out. Schlaper on third. Schlaper doesn't represent a dangerous run right now, but it would be nice to get out of this inning without allowing her to score.
Pitch is a little high for Claire Roser.
So the count is 1-0. Second pitch is right in the... Ooh, she rips that one. And... so center fielder Grace Lang makes the grab but not able to fire it in time as Schlaper scores off the sacrifice fly. And the score is now 8-6. Bulldogs lead by 2 runs. And now up to bat is Claire Roser.
I think it's
Mackenzie Berg.
Oh.
Excuse me. And she hits it over towards first. That's going to be a base hit.
Pops out of Berg's glove, making her safe. Mackenzie Berg safe at first, and error by Berg.
Yeah. So 2 outs now. And there's a pop fly. That's just going to be barely foul. Billy probably would have got there if it wasn't for that fence.
Yeah, they always get in our way. Jeez, why do we get that one?
Yeah. And that'll be called strike. Strike 2. One more strike away from going to the last inning of this game. And that's just high. Looked close. As number 8, Leah Hemish, can hold off. Counts 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low as well. Count is now 2 and 2. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Score is 8-6. And she rips that one. That is deep. And that is gone. And we have a tie game, folks. We have a tie game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nail biter.
Wow.
So, in the 1st inning, they scored 1 run. Bulldogs answered with 3. 2nd inning, no runs for the visiting Eagles. 2 runs for the Bulldogs. So going into the 3rd inning, we had a 5-1 lead. However, then the bats got going for the Eagles. They had a 3-run homer, and then a solo homer the next inning. And now they have 3 runs in this inning, including a 2-run shot. And now, after all of that, we have a tie game at 8 apiece.
Pitch is low for number 14, Maggie Schmaltz. 1-0.
Getting no runners on base anymore. No one to worry about besides this batter. Hits it back to the pitcher. Abby scoops it up, fires the first, and that'll be out. And the Dogs get out of the inning, only allowing 3 runs. 3 important runs, however, as the game is now tied. And we now are going into the last inning. Again, the Lady Dogs did win the first game 11-5. Scoring a lot of runs the second game, however, also giving up quite a few. And let's hope for a big 6th inning, as the Eagles will have last ups, so there's no telling what will happen.
Looks like we still have number 12, Emma Schultz, as pitcher.
Apparently the only pitcher they have. And we do have the top of the order, so that's one thing going well for us right now, as Skylar Berg will lead us off in the top of the 6th inning.
All right, let's hope these Lady Bulldogs can fire it in these last inning here and pull off the win.
Yep. And then Jago can go home to his warm house.
Yes.
And Berg puts down a bunt, nicely placed, and she's going to get there with ease. The speed of Berg helps her get that bunt. Well, it helps her get to first base off that bunt. And the Dogs now have a runner on first with 0 outs, and Abby Schaefer batting. Abby rips it, and that's going to be a gapper as a shortstop leans towards second and guesses wrong. Dogs now have runners on first and second quickly after 2 pitches here in the top of the 6th. And there's going to be a conference at the mound, as the Eagles are on the verge of blowing it.
Maybe the dugout for the Bulldogs will get in their head again.
Yeah, the last time we were chanting a lot from the dugout, I think we scored a couple runs, so. Now with Bailey Whaler up to the plate, she's definitely due for something good to happen. So it's 0 outs, and the last inning, the Dogs have two girls on base. And Bailey Weather takes the first pitch for a ball. Looking to capitalize on anything in the strike zone here. A bunt is not out of the question. And that's going to be a strike. Looked to be a bit inside, but called strike. The count's now 1-1. And there's a called strike too, making the count 1-2. So Bailey can't be too picky anymore. And she stays alive by following that one straight back. Count stays 1-2. And that's going to be high and outside for ball 2. Good eye by Bailey. She stays alive. Count is now 2-2. Hasn't been a threat to steal yet, even though Skylar is one of the best stealers on the team. And Bailey strikes out. Tough break for Bailey. First out of the inning, however. Still 2 outs to go. And Molly staying up to the plate. Molly's gone on base a couple times today. And she takes the first pitch for a ball. Nope, strike. Still getting used to this umpire. And that'll be a ball. What was that, Jacob?
No, I was just going to say it looked like it was just over the plate for a strike, but I was wrong, and that would be a ball. So that's good. That was wrong.
Yeah, it looks like it was just a little too outside. And that'll be a ball low, making the count 2-1. Big opportunity for Molly Stang to knock in at least a run or two. And that's going to be ball outside as well. Count is now 3-1. We'll see if she just sits back and takes this one. And she manages to make contact, however that is foul, thankfully.
Dugout seems to be getting loud and steps up to the plate.
Good for us, bad for their pitcher, hopefully. As Molly rips that one, that's going to score a run as Skylar Berg rounds third. Oh no, she's going to stay at third. I was very mistaken there. As the Bulldogs now have loaded the bases with only 1 out, and Lindy Hennon will be batting with none other than Olivia Haynes on deck.
Come on, 1-6, here we go.
You have number 4, Kunslavin, pinch running in for Stang.
And that ball's going to be high as she gets ahead in the count early. And that's going to be called for a strike, making the count 1-1. Again, we are in the top of the 6th inning, only 1 out here with a tie game, 8-8. And that's a ball high, good eye by Hennon, as the count is now 2-1. If she draws a walk, it will score a run. And that'll be a called strike. Count is now 2-2. Couple big pitchers coming up here. High, full count. She settles in. Here comes the pitch. And she rips it back. Oh, pitcher snags it, throws it home. And that'll be a force out at home. Heads up play by the pitcher. So now 2 outs in the inning. Bulldogs have not scored yet. And Olivia Haynes up to bat with the bases full again. As you all remember, last time she was up to bat, she hit a home run. That ball's high. Jacob, what do you think? Home run, base hit, out?
Well, Carter, you never know let's hope for a home run. Would be good. Even a base hit would work as well.
I'm gonna say a base hit, but count is 1-1 right now. And that's gonna be called for a strike. Looked to be a little low. Wasn't Livia's pitch, but now she can't be picky anymore. Count is 1-2. Oh, swing and a miss. Strikeout for Olivia Haynes at the worst possible time.
Dang.
And now the Eagles have a chance to win this in the bottom of the 6th inning. Game tied 8-8. And it's going to be on the shoulders of Abby Schaefer, I believe, at the mound. Alright, so hopefully we're going to see extra innings here.
Yes, I hope so too, even though it's getting a little windy and cold, but, you know.
Come on, Jacob.
You do what you have to do.
Jacob is sacrificing his body out here, folks.
At least it's not snowing, that's all I care about.
Abby Schaefer warming up for the most important inning yet. Bulldogs cannot afford to allow a run here.
Leading off for the Eagles, number 12, Emma Schultz, the pitcher.
Schultz has hit a home run already this game. Solo shot, I believe. And she, oh no. Walk-off home run for Emma Schultz.
That'll be over the fence. That'll do it for today's game.
That'll be the game, folks, as the game was tied 8-8. And that was the last inning, and they were the home team since this was a doubleheader. It's a tough break for the Dogs as they allow 4 runs in the last 2 innings.
Still a great game played by the Lady Bulldogs. They'll play again tomorrow against Atwater Cosmos Grove City in Paynesville, starting at 4:30.
Yep. So if you can't make it to the boys' baseball game, feel free to be here in Paynesville to watch the Lady Bulldogs, and they are having a great season. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.